Hey guys, I've got a surprise for you today. We are going to be doing another RV tour for you. And if you watched some of our other RV tours in the past, you may have known or heard of this family before. It's the Axness family, also go by Project Treck on YouTube and Instagram. But they used to be in a Class A, but earlier this year they upgraded to a fifth wheel and put in a lot of work to renovate the inside of it to make it more homey and just a great place to live in while they're traveling full-time across the US. So we're going to go inside and take a look at the renovations that they've done to give you an idea of what a fifth wheel can actually look like if you spend a little bit extra time to make it look like it's not just something that rolled off the lot.
Hey guys, we are the Axness family. If you haven't checked out the Gray's other video about our Class A tour, we've been traveling for full-time for almost 4 years now, maybe a little over 4 years. But we recently switched back to a fifth wheel after a Class A, and we remodeled the whole thing. We're excited to show you. So this is our 2016 open range 376 FBH. That's a mouthful. We got this used from a dealer in Florida, and we had been specifically looking for this model just because of it has tons and tons of basement storage. So storage that's only accessible from the outside. You can almost fit a full-size kayak back there. So that's why we got this model. But as it turns out, it's a very roomy fifth wheel as well, and it's got a unique layout with the kids' bunk room in the front and our bedroom in the back. It's normally opposite on fifth wheels, but we really like this layout, and so we searched high and low for it, and we finally found it at a great price. We redid almost everything because we found a lot of rotten subfloor, so we had to replace almost 30% of the subfloor. So we said, you know, we'll just replace everything. So we put down new vinyl plank flooring, and we took out all of the carpet. We put in some area rugs where necessary, but we really like the new vinyl plank floor, and it's waterproof. We ended up with a lot of storage that we decided not to paint because we ended up changing out the frames to the slides to kind of match, and I think it really brought everything in nicely together. We changed the lighting, we changed the slide frames, the window treatments, and we put in a new couch. This is the home reserve couch. We had a home reserve couch in our motorhome, and we liked it so much that we just decided to put another one in the fifth wheel. There were recliners in here, and everything was kind of dark and dingy. It was very brown, very brown. I think that's a common thing with RVs. But we painted the walls to brighten it up and put in some subway tile accent walls. And then we ended up doing a lot of live edge work because we found a great deal on live edge. So we put in some, well, we took out the microwave and put in some open shelving. And then down here, we took out the RV oven and put in a nice convection oven, nice convection steam oven actually. We kept the original range on top. This is a residential fridge that came with the RV. We've always had residential fridges in our RVs, and we like it. There's some places where you have to boondock, and it is a little inconvenient, but just having all this space and the built-in ice maker, it's really convenient. The entertainment center over here, we didn't change a whole lot about the layout, but we just put on some tile for the backsplash. This is an electric heater. We can probably turn it on and get some flames. Cool little flames. It does put out quite a bit of heat though. It is nice. And that is aside from our propane furnace. So if it gets really cold, we can turn that on. And then this unit does come with a liquid propane generator and 3 7-pound propane tanks that we keep on board. The kitchen island is a double bay sink, and we replaced the plastic faucet with a nice one from Amazon. We changed the light fixtures up here. These are just IKEA light fixtures. I think they were 25 bucks a piece. And if you don't know, you can put in any light fixture as long as you just wire it up for 12 volt, which is what I didn't understand until this year. So that brought in a lot of options. So we just put in 12 volt light bulbs into a standard fixture. Problem solved. For the island, we did paint this. It was like a dark brown, I think. And we painted it this olive hunter green, whatever. It turned out really nice. I like it. Another piece of live edge that we added, just as a charging shelf, so that stuff that was charging didn't have to sit on the kitchen counter. We've got our Berkey here. Always have the Berkey. This has been with us for like 8 years now. We actually bought a plant stand on Amazon. Just so this wasn't taking up any counter space, and it's worked out really nice. We like it. This dinner table we bought from IKEA. Same with the chairs, they're all IKEA. But it's nice because when it's time to close up the slides, we just slide the table back with the chairs and everything fits nice and neat. Along those lines, the master slide didn't have a transition, so when I moved from the vinyl plank flooring here to here, I just added this vinyl sheet flooring as a transition piece, and so it hides all the mechanics of the slide. And in my opinion, it turned out really nice. For the stairs leading up to the kids' room, we did more live edge. Found a great deal on live edge, so we just went crazy with it. And in the process, we were able to find more storage. It's pretty rare in an RV that you have so much storage you don't know what to do with it, but we just have this empty for now, and I'm sure we'll fill it with something. So let's go check out the kids' room. If you haven't watched our video tour of the reveal, our kids loved their they loved their bedroom. You can check it out on our channel, Project Treck. So this is the kids' bunk room. We totally redid it. There was a jackknife sofa on each side. I think it was meant more as like a like if you want to bring another family camping along with you, you could bring another family, because they folded out into beds, and there was a mini fridge and a whole dresser set up here. But we took all that out and decided to do something fun for the kids. In our Class A motorhome, our kids really only had bunk beds, but it was in a hallway leading to our room. So they really had no space of their own, no floor space to actually play in. So they ended up bringing all their toys into the main living area, and it just got to be a mess every day. So we decided when we went to a fifth wheel, we wanted them to have their own private bunk room. That way they could mess up their area and we could just shut the door on them. So far it's worked out. They really enjoy their play space. This is almost 70 square feet of floor space for them to play, not including their bunk areas. I keep getting random hugs and thank yous for it, so I would say it was worth it. What we did with the slides, because this is my son's bed, and it's on a slide as well as my daughter's, it's on its own slide. But so this whole wall comes in. So what we did was we mounted spacers to the entire slide, because there's aluminum frame to the slide back there. So we mounted spacers onto that and then mounted this wall on there, and it is rock solid. So we put a climbing wall on it for my son, and I made a Lego lap desk for him. And this can be moved to the ground, but the kid loves Legos, and so he'll stay up and play on this. He loves it. Underneath their beds, we just made them loft beds, and underneath we put in room for toy storage. In the motorhome, a lot of the toys were just kept underneath the couch. underneath our bed, underneath the RV itself. Now they're all in their room and organized in these bins, and it's actually really nice. It's easy for them to clean up, so anything that makes it easier for them to follow the rules, I'm all for. For our daughter, she really wanted a desk kind of craft area, so what we did for her was we took out the mini fridge and the bank of drawers that were here, and actually behind that was a false wall. So we took that out and gained almost a foot more depth. So we put in a custom desk and some craft storage and a little chair, and she's got her own charging station back there. And then right above it is the TV, and behind the TV is storage, which is a little messy right now, but whatever. So there's a bunch of storage back there, which is nice. We keep like board games, books, and stuff like that back there. They each have their own closets, and for an RV, quite large closets actually. And then we put the Dyson vacuum in there to kind of keep that out of the way. We continued the vinyl plank flooring in here. It's the same flooring all the way throughout the RV. I'm really happy with how it turned out. We did redid the kids' bathroom. It was quite an awkward layout. The faucet was to the side of the sink. So I don't know how, but we were able to create more space in there. So now the faucet's behind the sink, and it all makes sense. But whatever we did, it opened it up a lot. I think it was probably just making it lighter colors. My daughter's bed is basically a mirror image of my son's. So loft bed, storage underneath, and then we put some shelves in there so they can hang up pictures of their friends, and yeah, it all turned out really nice. I'm happy with it. From the main living area to our bedroom, we didn't change a whole lot with the layout, but I did add these live edge steps and then some storage underneath. Right now it's just being used as kind of like munchy storage, so I haven't told the kids about this yet. But up here is the master, and it goes up because underneath all of this is storage. And we'll show you that later. It's just a massive amount of storage. The only thing we changed with the bed is the platform. We painted white, changed the trim, and then changed the countertops here. It's just, I think, pine slats that we glued together, stained and polyurethaned, and they turned out fantastic. The live edge shelf here, we have a lot of people ask if that stuff moves when we travel, but we just put industrial grade Velcro down on everything. So it just stays in place. We've got these closets, and this slide we framed out with more live edge. We just a ton of live edge, but I really like it. We painted the walls white, and then we added blackout curtains. These are nice because they're not black on one side, they're white on both sides, so they reflect a little bit of radiant heat, as well as just make it super dark in here during the day, and that's nice. We added these 12-volt reading lamps, and that's about it for the master. There is storage underneath this bed like most RVs, so interior access storage with this bed just flips up. Just stuff we couldn't get rid of, we put under there. And then this shoe storage wraps all the way around. This bed is actually really cool. Well, the mattress is, it was one of the mattresses that gets rolled up. It gets shipped rolled up. So it was really easy to get in here, and it was a lot cheaper. It was like a third of the price of normal mattresses, and it's super comfortable. The bedding is cool. It's from a company called Betty's, and it's basically like an adult sleeping bag because it unzips on the sides, so it's super easy to make in the mornings. I would recommend this even if I were in a regular stick and brick house. It's super easy to make. The RV came with a TV. I don't know if you're familiar with RVs, but they seem to come with way more TVs than you would ever need. So we have 3 in this one, but compared to our Class A, we took a hit on the size of our master bedroom, but it makes the rest of the RV way more functional. So this is the master bathroom. This is a full bathroom where the kids just have a half bath. But it's got a full shower, toilet, sink, and vanity area. We redid the countertops. It was laminate countertops, and so we put in the same glued pine that we stained and polyurethane. We replaced that top and the sink top, and then we added the vessel bowl and faucet, and I thought it turned out really, really nice. We were able to keep the existing cabinetry underneath. We added a little live edge shelf here and towel rack here. And for the towels, we use a Egyptian cotton towel because it dries out really nice, as where the thicker bath towels in a small bathroom like this would kind of stay damp. So we've always liked using these while we've been living in an RV. We were fortunate enough to be able to be gifted this Splendid 2100 XC washer. It's the vented washer dryer combo, and this is a Fulltime RV game changer. It takes a little bit longer than a standard washer dryer, but to not have to be going to the laundromat, to not have to be stockpiling quarters to be able to use the laundromat, it's just super nice. We run 1 to 2 loads a day, and we've actually been able to cut down on the amount of clothes that we carry with us, just because the laundry just gets done constantly. With everything, like in this RV, we continued the vinyl plank flooring in here, and this room I was really happy that we put in here because it is a waterproof flooring system. So if there are any leaks in here, I know it'll at least buy me some time before there's going to be any damage. So back around this corner is the reason why we got this floor plan. Even though we really like the way it's laid out, this is the real reason. The cargo carrying capacity of this model is it's massive. In terms of 2-axle fifth wheels, this is the most capacity you're going to get. It is a mess right now, but we can fit all of our gear, our bikes back here, disc golf stuff, just an obnoxious amount of tools are back here. But this goes all the way up to those steps that I showed you, where we were keeping some snacks underneath the stairs, all the way back. You've got storage, so you could slide a full-size kayak in there. In terms of its weight rating, I think I've got 3,700 pounds of cargo carrying capacity, which is, for a 2-axle fifth wheel, that is a lot. And being full-time, we really just wanted to have all that extra storage, so we went with this model and we are super happy with it. So in 4 years of travel, we've had 3 different RVs. We started out in a fifth wheel and truck, and then went to a Class A motorhome, and then went back to this. So in terms of comparison, the Class A, it was nice. It was really nice, don't get me wrong. It just wasn't our speed. I compare it to living in a vehicle versus living in a house that moves. This has just got way more space than the motorhome. The motorhome was great for like overnight stays where you roll into a campground or roll into a parking lot, hit the auto level, and you're camping. Versus this, where there's a little bit more setup and tear down, but you're just way more comfortable. It's way more homey. I'm really happy to be back in a fifth wheel. I feel like I'm not so temporary. This is great for longer stays, and the motorhome is just, it's good if you're going to be in a spot for 2 or 3 days, but you start feeling itchy in a motorhome and you got to get out. Hey, thanks for following along and doing the tour with us for our 2016 open range 376 FBH. It's an awesome floor plan. I really enjoy it. So thanks for following along. If you want to follow along on our YouTube channel, it's Project Treck, and it's the same name for our Instagram page, Project Treck.
And right on cue, it has started raining, but that's going to do it for this RV tour. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe as well. And again, make sure you follow Project Treck on Instagram and YouTube as well to keep along with all of their travel adventures, and also check out a lot of their renovation videos. They documented the entire renovation project for their fifth wheel, so make sure you check that out as well. Thanks again, and I'll catch you in the next one.